Howdy, Illuminators. In today's lesson, we are talking about gratitude, one of my favorite areas to discuss. It not only changed my life, it gave me a life worth living, and I love giving that to other people as well. No path to illumination is complete without gratitude. And that's not just because it feels good or because it's a nice thing to have, but because it actually changes the brain. Yes, the brain. And changes how we receive life, how we experience the world around us. Now, if you watched the lesson on subconscious reprogramming, you're already ahead of the game. We're talking about similar things here because gratitude cannot be discussed truly without talking about the brain. Yes, the brain, my favorite. Everything in the human condition goes through the brain in order to be experienced by us, the human. And so gratitude is no different. The brain gives us our way of experiencing this world, and the stuff we put into our brain is how we consciously interact with how we are experiencing the world. Gratitude is a way to intentionally find the best in absolutely every situation. Here in the West, it's actually kind of hard to be grateful. Now, time out, don't freak out, don't get mad at me, because you're probably thinking, Jace, you have so much to be grateful for in the West. Do you know how easy it is to live and survive in the West? Yes, and therein lies the problem. When you are surrounded by so much, you can lose touch with how amazing all of it really is. I know that's a dick move, but it's what happens. We don't think about running water as like this mind-blowing thing here in America and other developed countries as well. It just is. We take a shower when we need to take a shower. We wash the dishes when we need to wash the dishes. It's just part of life. So it loses its unbelievable amazingness because it's just part of our normal life. Same thing with driving a car, or so many of us live in houses or apartments that in other countries would house several people or even several families. And like I have an entire room in my house dedicated to my office space and to running the illuminatorium, right? Like that's amazing. You could fit so many people in here if you needed to have people sleep in here in other places. And so it really takes intention to be grateful when you have so much. There is a benefit, and there are things that are not benefits, but there is a benefit to having less because you are closer to the amazing awesomeness of having all of that stuff. A few examples. You ever been on a diet and then eat a piece of chocolate cake? Mind blowing. If you eat chocolate cake every day, you don't really think about it. I would not recommend eating chocolate cake every day, but to each their own. If you've ever gone camping, oh my gosh, every year I go to a festival and we camp for several days, and there's, I have a camp shower sort of, but my hair's super disgusting by the end of it, and my fingernails are black and all of that stuff. And when I get home and take that first shower, whoa, bliss, heaven. It is mind-blowing to take a shower and to have running water and to just be easily cleaned. And we don't think about that. When I take a shower otherwise, I'm just like, oh, now I have to do something with my hair. And I don't sit in the awe of all of it. Should I? Yeah. I mean, y'all know I don't like to use the S word, but is it appropriate to be in awe of things like running water or chocolate cake or having so much space? Yeah, absolutely. And it takes intention to do that when you're around it all of the time. That's great. That just means we need to bring our conscious awareness into it. When we express gratitude, when we have a gratitude practice that we do consistently, we create shortcuts in the brain, and we let the brain know, hey, this is important. You see how I continue to focus on this? It's important. And the brain's like, yes, Continuous data of the same kind is important. Make shortcut, find in world. Got it. That's what the brain does. We're just getting ahead of it. So when we have a gratitude practice, and we're going to talk about a few different ones here today, we are inputting in the data in the brain, and we are then having the world reflected back to us accordingly. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. Now, have you ever bought a new car or maybe a new bag or shoes or something, and then you started seeing that everywhere, and you're like, just every single person drive a Prius all of a sudden? Like, they have a sale on them? No, you just had a big emotional purchase. Yay, new car. I hope you were grateful for it. And so your brain went, ooh, big thing. This is important. I'm going to find it elsewhere. And it starts finding it in the rest of the world. That is a really clear example of how what we put in gives us the reflection of our reality back. So gratitude practices. One that I do every day with my amazing partner is the very last thing we do. Well, not the very last thing we do. The second to last thing we do before we go to sleep is we ask each other, what are 3 things you're grateful for from this day? And we will share 3 parts of our day that we have gratitude for. The last thing we do is kiss goodnight. Every night it's required. But we do this gratitude practice every single day. Doing it right before bed is a great way to have the subconscious already in that space and to raise your vibration. Gratitude is at a really high vibration, and so it raises your frequency just before you're going to go into your subconscious like processing of the day. So right before bed is a really good time to practice gratitude. You know what else is a really good time to practice gratitude? All of the time. You can use gratitude practices throughout your day. Whenever you're feeling down, have a gratitude practice in place. It is my go-to when I start feeling a little off or I'm in a bit of a funk. I will just start listing gratitudes. Now, I like to write them down. Yes, on pen and paper, old school, not punch them into my device, but really write them down. I am grateful for technology, making it possible for me to make this video. I am grateful for having recently discovered pink lemons. Is that a thing? Did you know that? Yeah, there are pink lemons and they're really yummy. I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for, I don't just say my health, pink lemons, technology. I write it out. I am grateful for. Sometimes I don't have pen and paper, so I'll just express it. I am grateful for, just like I'm doing here to you. Doing it out loud is great. Doing it in your head is also great. It is a way to shift your energy, shift the part of the brain that you're using, and therefore shift your experience. It's not abstract. You're actually utilizing a different part of the brain. You're raising your energy level, which is going to change your experience. It can't not do that. Now, when we are expressing gratitude, we can't also be expressing that funk state. Those can't exist at the same time. So we're actually removing ourselves from the experience we don't want and transitioning into the experience that we do want. You can have a morning gratitude practice. I know lots of illuminators who, before their feet hit the floor, they are listing gratitude. You can do it as a great way to end conversations with friends or other illuminators. That's something that a friend of mine and I do before we get off the call. We list some things that we are grateful for. You can set up that in conjunction with other routines you have. When I used to take my dogs on a walk, for the entirety of the walk, I would just list gratitude. You would think you'd run out in a 30 or 45-minute walk, but I didn't. I could always find new things to be grateful for. And even if that was, I'm grateful for mobility, that I'm able to walk right now. I'm grateful I live in a safe neighborhood. I am grateful that I have a washer and dryer in my house. I am grateful for all the work that past versions of me have done in order for me to be the person I am today. I am grateful for my challenges, which has helped me grow in my strength and compassion. I'm helpful for all that my ancestors have gone through that helped me be here as I am today. I'm grateful to have all my teeth. I am grateful to have clothes to wear. I am grateful, you get it, right? We can go on and on and on and on and on. And if you feel like you're in a place of lack, start looking around and find things to be grateful for. You can express this even if you aren't particularly grateful for the things yet. Like maybe you're not super grateful for your challenges right now. Maybe they suck and you don't like them and you'd rather they go away. You can still express gratitude, honoring that they're here and that you're able to experience them. I'm grateful I can cry. It took me a whole lot of money and time and therapy to be able to cry. So is that a fun experience? No, but I'm grateful in having it. It's part of the human condition. Gratitude is a lot more than just a nice thing to have or a polite thing to express when something does something for you. It is actually a life-changing process that has residual effects. It changes your brain structure, and that lasts long after you actually do your gratitude practice. Even if you were to quit for a while, you would still have the positive effects of the gratitude you had already had in place if you had been practicing it consistently. If you want something to put your energy into, to invest your time into that will absolutely guaranteed give you results, starting a daily gratitude practice is your jam. It can't not change your life. Pick a practice that works with you, try out a few different ones until you find one that fits, and then practice it daily and see how your life is transformed.